Hi, guys, good evening, and welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host, Eddie, and in tonight's video, I thought I'd bring you another fan theory video, something that's been on my mind for quite a while now, ever since the film was first announced almost, oh my god, like 5 years ago. And of course, it's gone through a couple of different release dates since then, and I think you know which topic I'm about to discuss. Yes, this is going to be a fan theory video regarding Godzilla versus Kong. The particular theory I'm working on: why Godzilla and Kong will team up in this movie despite this film and this title implying they are going to fight one another. Keep in mind, they can still fight each other and team up at the same time, and I'll give you a few examples as to how and why. Now, before I begin, of course, please be warned that I may be discussing potential giant spoilers. Again, all of this is pure fan speculation and my own personal beliefs and theories. Besides some of the quotes I'll be referencing and using, a lot of this stuff is my own personal theory and belief. However, I may accidentally accurately predict what we may see go down in the movie Godzilla vs. Kong. So if you don't want this movie potentially spoiled or ruined for you, maybe you shouldn't keep watching or listening to this particular video. That being said, I should also point out I did a similar video about a year ago. You can find it here on this channel. It's called Anguirus in Godzilla King of the Monsters? My thoughts. I did a whole video speculating and predicting because I was so confident and so certain that we would see Anguirus appear in Godzilla King of the Monsters, and guess what? It never happened. He never appeared. That Titan was just another a Titan that had been awakened by Ghidorah's call, and it was confirmed not to be Anguirus. It was a brand new Titan they had created for the MonsterVerse. And Anguirus could still make an appearance someday, but my point is I was so confident and so certain that character would appear in Godzilla King of the Monsters, and he didn't. So my point is that I could be completely 100% wrong regarding this personal theory I have about Godzilla and Kong teaming up in Godzilla vs. Kong. So take that with a grain of salt as well. That being said, let's jump right into it. So you've been warned about potential future spoilers. On the other hand, you have been also told that I have been completely wrong about this before regarding my own personal fan theories. But because I enjoy talking about it, I'm going to share it with you guys anyway. Okay, so for starters, why do I think Godzilla and Kong will team up? Mostly because in their films, Godzilla and Godzilla King of the Monsters, Godzilla is seen as the hero of the story. He's not malicious, he's not out attacking and destroying people or attacking man's infrastructure. In fact, he seems rather indifferent and doesn't seem to care much about the humans. He's more concerned with like the balance of nature and making sure no other titans are lording over him and things are not running amok. So in that sense, he is considered or viewed as a hero. A lot of the human characters in his two films regarded him that way, while many others didn't. But it seems like at the end of King of the Monsters, he's definitely considered more of a hero than he was in the 2014 film. Also, in Kong Skull Island, the only film where we have seen King Kong so far in this particular universe, he was also seen as somewhat the hero of the story. He saved the humans several times from the skull crawlers and saved Brie Larson's character a couple of times, almost showed a fondness for her. He also went as far to save a fellow creature, a water buffalo type of creature, from when a crashed helicopter had landed on it. He just lifted it up and let the buffalo go on his way. So Kong isn't exactly super aggressive or nasty either. He can be defensive and protective, and especially seems to be that way when it comes to the native inhabitants of Skull Island or human life in general. So why would these two beasts collide with one another and fight when they both are considered protectors of Earth or protectors of human life? It would have to be something especially unsettling and aggravating. Perhaps one sees the other as a potential threat to humans and they decide to aggressively attack before the other has a chance to move in and investigate. Or maybe someone is pulling the strings on these two and they're somehow coerced or forced to fight one another. Who knows? Anything is possible. But obviously, if we don't see these characters team up in Godzilla versus Kong, we are definitely going to see them fight each other, hopefully more than once. But there's still a good chance or possibility they could still team up either before or after they fight one another. And there are a couple of clues that they could be teaming up for this very reason. It's heavily believed that a new super monster or some kind of mega titan will be introduced, one that is so strong, so big, and so powerful Godzilla cannot possibly defeat it on his own, and he may call upon the help of other titans to help him. And if the other titans are dead or don't want to help, Kong may be his one and only choice, and neither one of them will have no choice in the matter. And Kong may be reluctant to play hero once again, but he'll do it even if it means teaming up with the fire-breathing lizard. A couple of clues that might give us an idea as to why we can expect a team up in Godzilla vs. Kong is this description from the synopsis of the film, the official synopsis for Godzilla vs. Kong, and this part reads as follows. A human conspiracy threatens to wipe the creatures, both good and bad, from the face of the earth forever. That human conspiracy, it could be, and most likely is, a super titan, one that somebody has created to destroy all of the titans. Good or bad, this monster will kill them all. Unfortunately, that means it's probably an unstoppable force of destruction, which is where Kong and Godzilla teaming up with one another could come into play. And another little clue that we got regarding that a super monster could appear in Godzilla vs. Kong, which might force the two to unite before or after they fight each other, is a quote from Michael Dougherty, who was talking about the post-credit scenes of Godzilla King of the Monsters. Spoiler alert, by the way, in case you haven't seen it, I'm going to touch on it briefly here. In the post-credit scene of Godzilla King of the Monsters, it is seen that Charles Dance's character, who played the villainous Alan Jonah, he and his men go to purchase the severed head of King Ghidorah that was ripped off in battle by Godzilla. Ghidorah, however, has regenerating powers, and that ripped off head was able to regrow itself, so Ghidorah was three heads once again, obviously showing Ghidorah has regenerating powers. So the possibility occurs that Godzilla vs. Kong could see the return of Ghidorah. However, it seems more likely we might get something like this. According to Dougherty, who said in an interview, a few scrapings of cells, and who knows what you can create with it, regarding the severed head of King Ghidorah. Another theory and rumors has pointed out that someone might use this severed Ghidorah head to create some man-made monster that is such an abomination against nature, it would take both Godzilla and Kong working together to take it and to get down. Now, because this film is obviously titled Godzilla vs. Kong, they are going to fight each other. Why and how remains to be seen. However, I personally believe you could still have the team-up scenario before or after they fight each other. I know they can make it work. Now, despite how the film turned out critically or commercially, Batman v Superman is a recent example of this. First they fought one another, and then they stopped before there could be a clear winner, and then they briefly teamed up to take down a far bigger threat or enemy. They could pull this same card, hopefully in a lot better way, in Godzilla vs. Kong. However, they could also have it be where Godzilla and Kong team up and destroy this monster, but then they decide they don't really like each other, or one might perceive the other as the ultimate threat to humanity, and that's why they fight and try to destroy one another. Or maybe the film ends with one of them dying. Who knows? Anything is possible. But personally, I believe there's a pretty good chance we're going to see Godzilla and Kong team up, and I also say this mostly because it would be the ultimate nerd wet dream to see this go down. You know, as exciting as the concept is of Godzilla and Kong fighting each other in a big epic battle, which obviously we're going to get and see in a movie that's titled Godzilla vs. Kong, what is also incredibly exciting to me is the possibility, the idea that they could actually team up to work and fight side by side in a spectacular battle scene that will leave me in happy tears as they work together to take down some super monster. that would be pretty bitchin' as well. That would be the equivalent to when T-Rex and Blue briefly teamed up to take down the Indominus Rex in the first Jurassic World film. Because even though I wasn't crying happy tears when I first watched that, I sure as shit felt like I was about to, and that was one of the best movie going experiences of my life as well. And I'm hoping for a similar experience with Godzilla versus Kong. So yeah, I could. That's why I could see those two teaming up, permanent or briefly, and they could still fight each other. So we could still get lots of monster fighting action, whether it's a team up scenario or a one-on-one scenario. So what do you guys think of this? What are the chances or possibilities of Godzilla and Kong teaming up to fight each other in Godzilla versus Kong? How do you think it will go down? Do you have any theories of your own? I want to hear your comments and your feedback down below in the comments section. Could I be completely right, or will I be completely wrong again, like I was about Anguirus not appearing in Godzilla King of the Monsters? Thanks again for watching, guys. I hope you found this video enlightening, if somewhat exciting. Feel free to subscribe to this channel for more videos regarding Godzilla vs. Kong as we learn more about it, as we are finally in the year that it comes out, even though it won't be for another 10 months, even though it won't be for a while. We're finally in the year it comes out, so any and all updates, be sure to check back for the EdWord for that information. Have a great rest of the night, guys. Thanks again for watching, and of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.